Russia, early 1900s. The empire was beginning to collapse. War was spreading, people were starving, and unrest was growing across the country. But inside the royal palace, far from the chaos of the streets, another kind of danger was rising. Not from an army, not from an enemy nation, but from a single man. His name was Grigory Rasputin. He was not born into power. He came from a small, frozen village in Siberia. He had no formal education, no noble title, and no real status. Yet from a young age, people believed there was something deeply unusual about him. He claimed to have visions, to speak with God, to see things others could not. Some believed he was chosen. Others believed he was dangerous. But no one ever thought he was ordinary. Years later, Rasputin arrived in St. Petersburg, the heart of the Russian Empire. Somehow, a man like him managed to enter the royal palace. And once he was inside, everything changed. The royal family was desperate. Their young son, the heir to the throne, was suffering from a deadly disease, hemophilia. Even the smallest injury could cause unstoppable bleeding. Doctors had tried everything, but nothing worked. The boy was slowly dying. Then Rasputin appeared. One night, when the child was close to death, Rasputin was called to the palace. He didn't bring medicine. He didn't bring tools. He simply prayed. Hours later, something impossible happened. The bleeding stopped. The boy survived. From that moment on, Empress Alexandra believed Rasputin was sent by God, and that belief gave him power. Rasputin became more than just a healer. He became an advisor, a voice inside the palace, a man who could influence decisions at the highest level of the empire. He whispered into the ears of royalty. He shaped choices that affected millions of people. And outside the palace, rumors began to spread. People said he was corrupt, that he drank too much, that he manipulated the royal family. Some even believed he was possessed, or something not entirely human. By 1916, powerful nobles reached a terrifying conclusion. If Rasputin lived, Russia would fall. So they decided to kill him. On a cold December night, Rasputin was invited to a nobleman's palace. Everything was prepared carefully. The plan was simple. No noise, no struggle, no witnesses. They offered him cakes. They offered him wine. Both were heavily poisoned, enough to kill several men. Rasputin ate the cakes. He drank the wine. And then they waited. Minutes passed. Then an hour. Nothing happened. He didn't collapse. He didn't even look sick. The men began to panic. Finally, one of them pulled out a gun and shot Rasputin in the chest. He fell instantly. This time, it had to be over. They stood there, watching his body, waiting for any sign of movement. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, something moved. Rasputin's fingers twitched. His eyes slowly opened. And to their horror, he stood up, bleeding, weak, but alive. He looked at them and attacked. The room exploded into chaos. The men, now terrified, fired again and again. This time, Rasputin collapsed and did not move. They didn't take any chances. They wrapped his body, dragged him outside into the freezing night, and threw him into a river covered in ice. Days later, his body was discovered beneath the frozen water. But what doctors found made the story even more disturbing. There was water in his lungs, which meant one thing. Rasputin was still alive when he entered the river. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened that night. Some say the poison never worked. Others believe the story was exaggerated over time. But many still wonder how one man could survive so much. And even now, more than a century later, the question remains, was Rasputin just a man? Or was he something that simply refused to die? If you enjoy mysterious stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. More real and unexplained cases are coming.